All right, what's up guys? So today I got a long overdue chore, long overdue task that I have been meaning to do for some time, and I feel like when it comes to doing some stuff, I feel like I say that a lot. I've been meaning to do this for some time, but this is my son's 2018 BMW M3 in stunningly beautiful Nardo gray. He's away at college right now, so I am her caretaker for the time being, and I like to take it out for a drive every once in a while and make sure everything stays running and flowing, make sure the tires don't get any flat spots in them or whatnot. But there are some things about this car that are a little bit annoying. All things that I have already taken care of on my car, but after almost 2 years of ownership, we still have not addressed on Nardo. So we're gonna do that today. I got my VPeak Bluetooth OBDII scanner, got a copy of BimmerCode. So today we're gonna do 5 things to make this car less annoying. So if you have an F Series BMW, this will apply to you. I don't know about E Series or G Series. I hope to own them both someday, but I don't really know any of their sort of default from the factory behavior. So definitely, if you have an F Series BMW, you should be able to do this too. And there's a lot of great videos out there for doing stuff with BimmerCode. Tons of BimmerCode videos, all kinds of functions that you can enable and unlock and so on and so forth. I've done a lot of them to my car, but today we're gonna go through things to code out of the car. So in no particular order, here are 5 things to make your F Series BMW just a little less annoying. All right, so we got our VPeak OBDII Plus scanner here. I will of course leave a link to this below. And there we go. Let's plug in the seatbelt just to make sure the car stays on. Load up BimmerCode. Update available. Sure, let's update before we get started. Make sure we don't miss anything good. Cool. All right, connect. All right, so here are our list of control units. We got active sound design, advanced crash safety module, air conditioning, all around view camera, so on and so forth. A lot of cool stuff here. A lot of options of things that we can sort of tailor to our car. But the first thing we're gonna do is disable the warning on the rear view camera whenever you put the car in reverse. The little text that shows up at the top telling you never to rely solely on your camera for stuff behind you. Yes, we know that. Don't need the reminder every time it's there. I know it doesn't cover the entire, view of the camera, but it still irritates me a little bit. So we're gonna disable that. So we're gonna go into head unit, scroll down to the bottom, and we're gonna go into camera warning. By default, it has an unassigned value. So let's change that to not active. And then code. All right, now quick heads up about coding things in BimmerCode if you're not familiar with the software. So once you're in a particular control unit, you can change a whole bunch of values and then code them all at once. But what you can't do is change values in one control unit and then go to a different control unit and change those and then code them. So you gotta stay within your control unit to code them all. Doesn't matter where ours is, we're just gonna do this one at a time for the purposes of this video, but just wanted to point out that you can make a bunch of changes within one control unit and then code them together. Okay, so now that our legal notice for using the backup camera is gone, the next thing we're gonna do is ASD, or Active Sound Design. Now here's the thing with that. If you're not familiar with Active Sound Design, it's the feature that pumps in the fake engine sounds into the car. Get rid of that, you don't need it. So what we're gonna do is go into the very top one, Active Sound Design. We're just gonna go ahead and hit deactivate, come back, and code. Okay, ASD is gone. The next one is going to be getting rid of the low temperature warning. Now, for any of you in the Northeast or the Midwest, you probably don't need to be reminded how cold it is in the wintertime when you come out to your car. This car, whenever it hits 37 degrees, chime comes on to let you know that it's cold. I know that it's cold. Everything about me is adverse to cold weather. I'm well aware that it's in the 30s. I know that it's trying to let you know because roads are a little bit more slick when they're cold, but I know, trust me, I know. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, so for that, we're gonna go in instrument cluster, and then we're gonna go into expert mode and acknowledge the warning about using expert mode. And you'll notice that once you're in expert mode, the amount of options that it opens up is insane. We're gonna go to the top one, number 3000, and then we're gonna scroll down, and we're gonna look for CC, temperature warning, right here. We're gonna change that to not active, back, code, start coding. Coding successful, good stuff. Okay, number 4, and this is actually gonna resolve a lot of arguments between my son and I, because what happens is that every time we're in his car, if he's driving, and if it's warm out and the windows are down, when we get to wherever we're going, I'll immediately get out of the car while he's still rolling up the windows. And in this car, by default from the factory, opening up the door cancels the window roll-up operation. It just cuts all power. So what we're gonna do is change it so that even if the car is off after you were running it, you can still roll up the windows. That'll be a good one. Okay, so for that, we're gonna go into front electric module. Wait for that to read the code data. Editing is cool, watch this. Neat. All right, so in front electric module, we're gonna scroll down to window lifter interruption when opening a door. You can see that is active. So let's set that to not active. Code, start coding. And no more arguments, at least when it comes to that. Now the last one is something that I changed on my car. I'm not actually gonna change it on this car, but I'm gonna demonstrate it, and that is opening up all doors with comfort access versus the default behavior, which is just to open up the driver's side door. For me, I found that to be annoying because I'm almost always with somebody and I hardly ever use the key fob, so I found it annoying to just have it only unlock my side, at which point I have to get in, hit the unlock button so the passenger or passengers could get in. I found that annoying, so I changed it to unlock all doors with comfort access. Now you can do this in expert mode with BimmerCode, but you can also do it through the iDrive system. So I'm gonna demonstrate that way instead because it's just a little bit easier. And again, this is a personal consideration because if you're in somewhere that's like maybe a bad area or somewhere unfamiliar, maybe you only wanna be able to unlock the driver's side doors so there isn't the risk that somebody could jump in from the other side. I'm assuming that's why that is only the driver's side door by default. And I'm not gonna change it on this car because it's my kid's car, but again, I did change it on mine just because I found that behavior to be a little bit annoying. So for this, you're just gonna go into My Vehicle, go into Vehicle Settings, Doors and Key, Driver's Door, and if you want, you can change this to all doors. All right, guys, well, that is my list of 5 things, well, 4 on this car, 5 on mine, 5 things that I had. Okay, I know this is the old camera to edit switcheroo here, but I've been working on this ending for a while now. Cannot make it work, and quite frankly, I'm boring myself with the drabness here. So for those of you who have stuck around, I feel like you deserve better. So let me try this again. So this is the list of 5 things that I did to make my otherwise fantastic F80 a little bit less annoying. I know I kind of chinsed out on that last one a little bit because technically it wasn't BimmerCode, even though you could do it with BimmerCode, but nonetheless, still a couple of things to make an otherwise great car a little bit less annoying. So leave a comment below if there's something that you did to your car that maybe, you know, I could add to this list or something that's a little bit different. I'm always interested in what people are doing with their cars. And I know overall the subject of BimmerCode has been mined quite a bit on YouTube, especially as it relates to F Series BMWs, but I still think there's a lot of room to explore here, especially on this channel, because I haven't really done any of these kind of videos yet, just because, you know, when you see a lot of the other videos, like their top 5 or 10 or, you know, whatever list of things that they change or add in, or even the one-off videos, there's a lot of overlap, but there's also a lot of sort of fringe things that somebody finds, especially when you get into expert mode and you see the hundreds of different options. A lot of areas there to sort of get into. So I think maybe get into this a little bit on this channel next year. But anyway, in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because lots more content next year and probably some channel changes. Gonna evolve things a little bit. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm gonna try to finish this one up and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. It's tough to do anything around here on a Saturday. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. Dude, I like making YouTube videos though. I really do. I love making YouTube videos. But good gravy. It is an art in patience and... All right, now quick note about when you want to code stuff. Dude, fuck this.